Good morning and welcome back to this morning's interview. This interview is not an interview, it's a debate. We have the privilege of having candidates who are running for the Mathare by-election, which is going to take place on Monday, the 11th of this month. And I want to debate and tell the voters why they think they should represent them. And from my far right is Mr. Fwamba, who is from the Maendeleo Party. Next to him is Miriam Macharia, an independent candidate, and Barack Obath Blasto, also an independent candidate. On my left, from the far left, is Bilha Ojiwa Okoth, Billion Ojiwa Okoth, who is from the National Labour Party. And finally, is Stephen Kariuki, who is from the ODM party. I think we should do it in a formal kind of way so that we give everybody a chance. And if you talk too much, I might want to stop you so that you can give other people a chance. Let's start with this question. And we start with you, Fwamba. Tell us about yourself briefly and why you think you should be the MP for Mathare.
My name is Fwamba NC Fwamba, officially known as Crispus Fwamba Nyangangali. I studied interior design at the University of Nairobi at the time which my leadership skills were nurtured when I was elected vice chairman of the student union. After that, I practiced interior design. Then I also got involved in the activities of human rights defending in the civil society. Through the experiences I've had, I've interacted with people of different levels, economic levels in life, the rich and the poor. And I've seen that there is need to address the gap between the rich and the poor in this country. And as a patriot and as a dedicated person who understands the politics of this country, I believe that I'm one of the change agents that this country deserves. And the Mathare by-election is an opportunity for me to implement those things that we have been complaining about, that there's bad leadership in this country. That is an opportunity for me now to tell the people in the practice of how good leadership is supposed to be.
Ms. Macharia?
I'm Maria Macharia. I come from Mathare.
Can you speak louder?
I come from Mathare. I live there. I was born there. Me and my mother. Now I contest as an independent candidate because, as you know, the mother is the one who knows how to care. His family, he is a manager, and he knows the behaviors and the people in his house, with what they need and what they lack. Now I contest to be a candidate because I want to make a change and to, as my, let me say, my place, me, I'm saved. Me, I'm saved, and I know I want to make the people of Mathare too close to God, to show them that God is very, very powerful. He have the great, He is great God. He know how to care for His own people.
I think you want to be a preacher in Mathare, not a
No, I'm not a preacher because the people of Mathare, they are people of God. They are God is the God who created them. I want to represent them.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Macharia. Barack Blasto.
First and foremost, I thank the media, the Citizen TV for giving us this wonderful opportunity. I, by the name Barack Obath Blasto, I reside in Mathare all the years from childhood up to date. And as per the infrastructure in Mathare and on health institution in Mathare, insecurity in Mathare, I have been mingling with all these people and I know where it pinch. And that is the reason why I have come up as an independent candidate, requesting the Mathare people
There are about 40 parties. Why don't you join one? Why do you want to be independent?
Being independent, you know, I can say the new constitution give us at least
There's that.
yes. So this provision of being an independent is quite more better than relying on parties, because parties, they just rely on parties by saying that, okay, let me go to ODM. After going to ODM, we are going to have the luminaries of ODM to come and campaign for me. Let me go to either TNA. After going to TNA, the luminaries of TNA will come to campaign for me. But being an independent, it is a challenge even to the voters themselves to know that as of now, it is a person but not party.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Blasto.
Yeah.
Mr. Kariuki?
My name is Stephen Kariuki, a young visionary leader who has worked with the people of Mathare since 2005. I realized the potential that lies within our hard-working people of Mathare. And for us to be able to harness that potential, we needed godly leadership that is focused and visionary. I also participated in the 2013 election, which I won, and it was unfairly stolen from me and disenfranchised the people of Mathare.
That's what you went for petition?
That is why I filed a case in court as a petition, and I won.
Okay, Mr. Billion Okoth.
Yeah. My name is Billion Okoth Ojiwa, born and raised in Mathare. I'm happy to have you. Welcome home.
In the National Labour Party?
Yeah, National Labour Party. Yeah, welcome home. I was born and raised in Mathare. I've worked in Mathare. Now I run a foundation in Mathare, the Billion Foundation. So for me, running is just investing back home. So I intend to give a direction of leadership, because we've had a gap between the people and those intruders, the people who come to lead us. So I believe our leadership starts within, and that is the...
What do you mean by intruders?
No, we have people who have never lived in Mathare, so it's funny, yeah. But what I believe is the leadership, the kind of leadership is that I want to give is what I've been doing. I've been running a foundation, and I understand all the corners and all the problems that we face as people of Mathare. That is why I'm contesting.
Viewers, if you want to participate in this debate, you can call us on 22422. And let's go to the next issue now. According to yourselves, what are the challenges? According to you, what is the main thing that is the problem in Mathare? And how do you want to sort it out? Name the problem and the solution.
The biggest challenges in Mathare include insecurity, which I think can be well addressed through the commitment of the leadership in communicating with the right authorities to ensure that structures are put in place and the institutions are put on check to ensure that the work is done, like the police, oversight committee, and the police force itself, and the county government, the national government, together with the Minister of the Interior, is supposed to work together closely with the community, the people who live there, the residents, to discuss in creating opportunities for the young people not to engage in bad habits, because generally...
So for you, what will you do?
Me, as a leader, I'll sit together with all the people on the ground, the voters, the citizens, those ones who are afflicted by the insecurity, and those ones who might have found themselves on the way of crime unwillingly, because no one is born a criminal. But because of the circumstances of joblessness and lack of opportunities, they push some of the people to get into crime.
Thank you. To you, the problem is crime, insecurity. You?
First is insecurity. Insecurity is caused by young people. They are lacking of jobs, opportunity for them to have the projects which they can involve they can involve in the projects, and even poverty. Poverty is the most things which make our security to be not in good.
So what will you do to sort out the issue of poverty?
I will empower
in
our
Mathare?
youths
How?
through creating jobs.
How do you create jobs?
There is an car washing there to provide with a good car washing materials which they can use when they are washing. There is a garbage there. I will create job by empowering them with a naweza fanya hivi, hebu niongee lugha yote nitaweza.
Sawa sawa. Hamna neno naelewa?
Yeah,
Hata sisi tunaelewa Kiswahili.
nataka kumaanisha hivi, insecurity inaharibikanga sana kwa sababu ya umaskini. Umaskini katika ili ya Mathare kuna umaskini sana.
Tunajua hivyo. Tuambie wewe
na sasa mimi kama nikichaguliwa na watu wa Mathare kama leader ya kuwa leader wao, naweza wapatia kazi kama kufagia huko, waajiliwa kufagia, kubeba takataka.
Kuna wengine
nitawajiri hata then kuna CDF iko na itakuwa
na CDF yako ni kufagia.
Si kufagia peke yake, kwa empower, kuna youth funds, ile uwezo funds nitakuwa na wapea ili na wasaidia wawe wanatengeneza makazi.
Wewe sema wewe utafanya nini? CDF iko. Wewe kwa mpira au usipokuwa pale CDF iko.
Okay. Vile nitawafanyia, nitawaita kama vijana, kwa sababu vijana sana ndio wanaharibu security, kwa sababu wengi wanakuwa wezi, wengi wanakuwa idlers. Nitawaita kama mbunge wao, tunaongea, tunajua vile tutatatua katika hali ya security yetu ile iwe mzuri. The other things is health center. Hatuna hospitali hata moja katika ili ya Mathare. Watu wanakimbia mpaka Kenyatta, wengine wanaenda Kiambu tafuta kuhudumia huko katika hospitali zo kubwa. Mimi ningeonelea kwamba naweza peleka hiyo proposal katika parliament ili tuweze kutengeneza hospitali.
Asante sana. Mr. Blasto.
Yes, on my side, on my side, infrastructure in Mathare is very poor. Tukianza na barabara na mpaka sakati ndani infrastructure. I can give you an example, Bwana Njao, ya kuwa I was a councillor na nikalete mabadiliko katika Mathare 4A. Hiyo ilikuwa kutoka usaidizi kutoka Ujerumani mpaka tukaweka hospitali na tukajenga the best public primary school, Mathare 4A primary school in the country. So being an MP, it is a matter of my shoulder is going to be meeting so many people. We have got friends of these countries whom are willing to assist.
When were you a councillor?
From 1994 to 96, to 97.
And what have you been doing since 97 to today?
I have been in business.
Why did you abandon the people?
No, I have not abandoned the people. I'm staying with them within that same slum. Come rain, come.
You must have run for councillor and defeated.
Despite of that,
is it true you ran for the councillor and you were defeated?
What's wrong with
After
that?
one term.
What's wrong with that?
So when do you think you'll be elected?
This time round, I'm going to be elected because the record itself speaks volume. As a resident residing in Mathare and being elected, I never switched myself from the electorate. It is just as my friend have said over there. There are some other people who are just now coming up in Mathare, yet they do not even stay in Mathare.
The fact that you stay in Mathare and the people
so being in Mathare,
the people of Mathare rejected you as a councillor.
What do you mean by rejecting me?
You were on one term.
Being on one term,
they rejected you.
Not a matter of rejecting me. On one time, I was going for a parliamentary.
Yes.
That is now 90. 97.
97.
I was not going for councillorship.
Then you lost.
Then I lost. That
In
was
97?
that was in 97. Yes.
Yes.
But before that, even
Out of what has undergone that break from 97
even
to
before
today?
that, let me assure you.
How many years are those?
Let me assure you that even the by-election of Mathare, that was on in 1994. I'm the one who makes Munyu Wayaki pack and leave active politics.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we tie up with him. He said, why is it so that just a mayor councillor can tie up with me? If this is the game, I'm even leaving politics.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
Mr. Kariuki, what's your vision? What's your
Yes,
view about the problems there? And how do you sort them out?
The biggest issue we have in Mathare currently is lack of opportunities for our people and lack of people-oriented leadership. I say this because our people are hardworking. Our people have the zeal and the will to go out there and work hard, but the opportunities for them to participate are lacking. Now, if we as leaders can come together and create these opportunities for them, and how I intend to do that is by devolving CDF all the way to the ward level, devolving all arms of my constituency government all the way to the ward level. Badala ya wananchi kukuja kwenyu, sisi sasa tunaenda kwa wananchi. We create opportunities for our youth, we create opportunities for our women, we create opportunities in that same infrastructure development that we keep talking about. That infrastructure is developed by our people from Mathare. Contractors watoke huko, wafanyikazi wote watoke huko, ndio hizo fedha pia zibaki kwa watu wetu wa Mathare. That is the only way we'll be able to solve our problems.
So your issue is infrastructure.
No, my issue is lack of opportunities for our people.
Okay.
That is my biggest concern.
These people here seem to make innuendos that you, I think it is you, they mean, are not from Mathare. You are just a stranger there. You don't live there.
Yes.
So what do you say to that?
I would like to say leadership comes from God, from above. Okay. The people of Mathare have a choice to decide who they should elect. Yeah. Number two, if we used such innuendos to decide who will run in what constituency, Sisi wote would all be running in Geshagi, yes. which is not possible. Yeah, I've been born.
Munyo used to be MP there. Dr. Karanja used to be MP there.
Yes.
None of them lived there.
I've been born and raised in Nairobi. I go to Geshagi maybe once in every 2 years. But I'm here to work and change the people of Mathare.
Yeah. You, my brother, Ajua, of course.
Oh, my brother, you're welcome. It was not on bad faith.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we share a lot, and you always come to my place in Mathare, so I'm sure he understands what happens there. My biggest problem, the biggest problem that we face as people of Mathare is education. I think for many years we've lacked structures that we can have all our kids in school. So for me, that is the biggest problem. I think that is the only way we can solve our issues as people of Mathare, because after getting the education, things will just open up. It's an universal thing to have, so you can work anywhere. So how I'm going to address that?
Did you go to school in Mathare?
I went to school in Mathare. I'm still going to school now through a scholarship through Mathare. So I'm still being educated by Mathare. So I know what we go through in terms of getting education. So that's why I started a foundation that basically offers kids scholarship to go to school. So we do a follow-up of them going to school. So we have kids in primary school, and I have 50 kids in high school that are through partners and friends. We make sure that they are in school. So I think that is the only way we can solve the problem of Mathare. Because if we talk about the infrastructures and the kids are at home, then I think we keep recycling the crime and lack of opportunities. So the only problem that we have now that we should, as leaders, address now is education. Then the rest will just fall in place. Yeah.
What do you say about the issue of drug? I have not heard you talk about drug and how do you sort that matter?
Most of the people I've mentioned here, myself, most of these problems are caused by lack of access to opportunities. There exist opportunities, but lack of equal access to opportunities has discriminated some people to be out of leadership, to be out of the benefits that come with the certain leaderships. For example, there is ethnicity, that some of the people who have been elected previously have discriminated certain communities not to be part of the leadership, not to benefit from the leadership. If they have to survive on handouts, but the main contracts are given to their relatives or to their family members or to people of their community. So that leaves a certain group of people or certain individuals who cannot access those opportunities to engage maybe in crime or even in drug problems. So if there is equal access to opportunities.
You have been a leader there. And he says, but in fact all of them are saying poor leadership and ethnicity. How did you deal with it?
No, on issue of ethnicity, it is just the medias are the ones who are trying even to highlight these things. Because we have, the medias are the people who are trying to,
So there is no problem there, it's only
on
the media.
ethnicity, we have been there. I am even residing over there. And
what you are saying is, if there was no media, there would be no ethnicity.
No. Ethnicity are there, but the media are trying to highlight it. As of yesterday's in the local newspaper, when I come across it, they were now trying to say the voting pattern will be either on ethnicity. If it is on ethnicity, over here we are having karaoke. Karaoke is a Kikuyu, but it's on ODM. Is there any that ethnicity does now fall over there?
Kikuyus are not supposed to be noted.
No, they are there. That is the reason why I'm trying to challenge the media by creating ethnicity at a height whereby there is no such kind of ethnicity. Because as of now, when I'm elected, I'll serve the Kikuyu. I'll serve even the Kalenjins who are there, even the Dorobos who are there.
Can you respond to him?
First of all, I appreciate that they all realize that I'm one of the key leaders in that constituency and they keep referring to me. But let us not be fooled that ethnicity does not exist. It does exist. But how we handle it. There is positive ethnicity where you appreciate your history and your culture and where you're from. And there is tribalism where now you say, kama sio mimi, kama sio watu wetu, hawa wengine ni wabaya. Now, tribalism is what we have to completely eradicate in this nation. Not only in Mathare, but in this
the
nation.
whole country.
How do you see yourself sorting it out?
People-oriented leadership. If you look at each and every ward in Mathare, there are various tribes that reside there, various tribes that work there. When you manage those resources for them, just make sure we have each and every tribe included, an all-inclusive leadership for them. And you won't have any challenges. We've done it before. It's not the first time. But once we bring in the issue of looking at somebody as a tribe, as a Kikuyu, as a Luo, as a Luya, then we have a problem.
Unfortunately, what has been happening, especially the way the media has been projecting some of the things, is that this is a contest between CORD and TNA on the basis that there is a tribalism that is inclined to project some candidates as those ones who are dividing votes. Luya, there are 23,000 voters, Luya voters in Mathare. If there's any dividing of the vote, it is coming from someone who is not a Luya. I cannot divide what I already have been endorsed by. I've been endorsed by Luyas, and I've reached out to other communities to support me. So if there's an issue of dividing votes, people should be mentioning the issue of karaoke dividing votes of Wanjohi. That's what should be but not the other way around. On the basis of...
How do you know that you have Luya vote?
In
According to the
How do you
statistic,
know?
I'm giving an example. I was just giving an example. I've reached out to all communities, but I was saying I've been endorsed by lawyers also.
Why?
Because charity begins at home.
How did you know
And
that?
that's the reality of the politics of this country. It's unfortunate.
So what I'm
we
asking,
want,
what
we
I'm
want
asking-
to correct that.
What
But
I'm
that's the
asking,
reality.
you are claiming you are endorsed by lawyers.
Which is tribal. That is.
By
That
I
is-
don't mind
that-
whether it's
I've
true or
also
not.
been endorsed by other communities, including Kikuyus and Kambas.
And I'm asking you, how
and
did you know, since the vote has not been cast, how did you know that the lawyers have endorsed you?
Caucuses.
Oh,
there.
caucuses.
Yeah, caucuses. We have been meeting caucuses. But that's about leadership. But the main focus on ethnicity, when I mentioned it, was about the opportunities. That there's a lot of discrimination on the basis of the last name betraying you. That if your name does not sound in a certain way, you cannot get an opportunity. You cannot get a CDF contract, for example. You can maybe get a handout of 200 shillings. 200 shillings cannot sustain you forever.
for
There are
five-
people,
for
there are
3
single
years.
women, there are single mothers
Yeah.
in Mathare. There are young mothers in Mathare. No one has given them attention. They need special attention. That's when they can be able to educate their children. If they educate their children through a specific framework in CDF that's supposed to support them, it will be very good for them, without discrimination of someone being a Luya, a Luo, or a Kikuyu, or a Kamba, or a Somali. Because all the 42 communities in Mathare need to be represented. And I think I'm the best placed person to organize that and put in order.
Reason? Because you are a lawyer?
No.
Why?
Because I have capacity to reach out to my only practice. For example, as a family man, my wife is a Kikuyu. The second thing, my closest friends are Luos. Others are Kambas. In the last election, some people have been saying that I've run for 1 or 2 posts. So there, I ran as a deputy governor to Amkamba called Mtinda Kavemba. The other candidate who was here called Gori Semelang is a very good friend of mine, although he has gone through a lot of frustrations because some forces have been trying to stop him from running. The democratic space is supposed to give opportunity for every candidate or every person who's
Okay,
willing
let's
to
have
take
a
part in
response
this.
from
Let's
Mr.
just go back to
Okoth.
the issue.
Okoth, yeah.
Yeah, the issue of tribalism. It's real, but I think the older generation, as the younger generation, we're trying to make sure that we don't leave it, and we're pushing that through having forums that are youths. We know we depend on each other, and having born and gone to school together, we didn't realize it until when the politics comes in. So the issue of tribalism, I think it comes, as he said, with the distribution of resources, because you see certain tribes or certain people are favored when the resources that are meant for the whole people of Mathare are distributed. So if we can address that as leaders, I think we'll have a direction. But what I can assure you is our generation is trying to make sure that we don't have the tribalism thing doesn't exist between us. And as I run my foundation, we have kids from all the tribes, and if you monitor them, they don't see each other as Luo, Kamba, Luya, or wherever, and the names they refer each other, my brother, my sister. So it's an issue, but mostly caused by the politicians, because they divide and rule and who runs where. And
But you are a politician.
I'm a leader. I'm a leader.
You are not a politician.
No, I'm a leader.
Can I contribute 2 seconds?
Politics.
I would like to challenge our beloved people of Mathare. Kindly look at the leadership qualities of all the candidates, not just myself, all the candidates, and use that as the deciding factor when you're casting your vote. Not the tribe, not ni wa nyumbani ama sio wa nyumbani, not I don't like the way he looks ama ni Mkikuyu. Leadership qualities,
Yes.
simple as that.
That will come after, when you are summarizing. That is will come later.
Go on.
I was contributing to the issue of
What is
ethnicity. Yeah? We are all from various ethnic backgrounds. We must appreciate our ethnic backgrounds. That is not a sin, that is not a crime. But when it comes to choosing leaders, when it comes to we as leaders working for our people, let us put ethnicity aside and let us deal with the qualities and the work that we can do for our people.
Yeah. Mama, unataka kusema?
In the same vein.
Mama aseme, aseme kama tunamwonea kwa sababu ni mama.
Addition to that, youth wanakuanga united sana. Young people hawajui kabila fulani, lakini ikifika kwa watu wale wazima, hao ndio wana divide. Na ile kitu sana inachangia sana katika tribalism ni wale politics, wale wanaongoza hapa awali walikuwa wanaongoza hapo awali. Kwa maana ikiwa ni katika ofisi yake ya LCDF anaweka katika wale ameajili hapo wote ni tribe yake. It's not fair. Kwa sababu ili yako imeorganizwa na kabila zote na lazima watu wa participate. Na ninaonelea kwamba ikiwa mimi nitaweza kuwa kiongozi hapo, ndiposa niliamua kusimama na independent kwa maana nataka kushika every tribe. Na kama mama hahurumii mtoto yake peke yake, anahurumia watoto wote. Hata nikipata mtu amelewa katika barabara pale, hata ikiwa si kabila yangu na feel something, hata na muassist. Kwa maana uchungu wa mama anajua uchungu wa mtoto. Na ndiposa nasema kuteganisha watu nafanya watu mpaka Mungu anakosa kutubariki. It's better as a leaders tuwe tuna organize na tuna unite people. Na ili tufanye kazi kama watu wamoja, ili Mungu akishuka na tubariki. Naonelea kwamba united is a very big issue na inafaa kuwa katika kila mtu awe organize watu kila kabila na wafanya wape kazi sawa wote.
We don't have a immediate former MP and people are raising issues about why he is. Former MP Mr. George Wanjohi, we had invited him but he declined to come. We also there's another candidate, William Omonda. I think he's trying to clear himself with the Electoral Commission. But there's comments here from our viewers. One of them is saying, go, karaoke, go. I very much assure that come the 11th, you'll be our MP. And the other question is from Mr. Kariuki. I don't know whether this is a fact or fiction. Mr. Kariuki, you denied your dad. Mathare people do not forget easily. Is that a fact or is that fiction?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me to respond to that?
I think
those are personal matters that my opponents keep raising back and forth. But the Mathare people decided in 2013 and they voted for me overwhelmingly. And I'm sure because of the leadership qualities I've shown and the vision I have for them, they'll vote for me again.
I tend to think that Kariuki might be one of the best candidates for Mathare because he's young and he might be visionary, though through the spirit of denying the father is still haunting him, still doomed to fail, and if he doesn't reconcile with that fact. Well, let's talk about youth. And what do you say about the youth? You are old.
Yes.
You were there during the time of Munyo Wayaki.
Yes, gentlemen. Out of that, I can.
Yes.
Even I'm of your age mate.
Yes,
I can say so.
I'm not claiming to be young.
What is needed
over
there is someone who is mature. You know, on leadership, my dear. Yeah. This young gentleman, the way I'm seeing them.
These young guys.
Yes. They still have got ile damu ya kurukaruka. Yes.
Now you are selfish.
But to me, ni mtu sasa nimekomaa. Watu wa Mathare tena nimejua na nimewawekea kofia nikijua kwamba tarehe 11 watanichagua. Sababu gani? Nimekomaa, I'm a family man. They even know I'm even also married to a Kikuyu. So that is the reason why I was trying to say that mambo ya sijui ya ukabila ni leaders ndio wanalete hii kitu, lakini kwa watu wa chini pale vile watu wanakaa Hakuna mambo kama hiyo.
You're dying to say something?
He has mentioned the issue of ethnicity again.
Yes.
Let me get back to that. You know, in this town, or in this country, in this city, the issue of the tyrant of numbers was mentioned first in this studio. And what has been happening is, look at the president.
The tyrant of numbers was first put in a newspaper. Before it came to the place.
The president is a Kikuyu. The deputy president is a Kalenjin. The governor of Nairobi is a Luo. The deputy governor is a Mkamba. The speaker is a Masai. There are 85 county representatives, out of which 4 are Luyas. There are 17 members of parliament. Only 1 is a Luya. Then we are also talking
What are you
about
suggesting, that we have no chance?
the suggestion, what I'm
You're getting your own
suggesting
argument.
is that so far there is no opportunity for Aluya in all these political formations. Look at CORD. CORD has got the highest number of voters coming from the Luya land. But what is the reward? They do not have opportunity in that. In terms of the numbers and the opportunities and the parliamentary seats that are in Nairobi, it is important that Luyas also get an opportunity in Mathare to lead. Getting to the point of the youth.
I don't understand why you are in a
Let
me ask you this.
Getting
Why,
to the point of the
people
youth.
why are you in a party
No, because
why are you in a party called Maendeleo Democracy Party instead of going to a party that is associated with Luyas?
Maendeleo Democratic Party was discussed amongst Luya leaders, and they fronted me to run on it.
Why not afford something?
Ford is part of ODM, and they did not want to antagonize. You know, people on the ground have different views about different political parties. Luyas, there is UDF, there is Ford Kenya, there is New Ford Kenya, there is Federal Party of Kenya. They said if I run on any of those parties, it will create a conflict among these other support base. So they decided that I run on Maendeleo. That's the
Sorry,
reason why.
let me say something.
Getting to
I
the
think this
point
is where
of
we
the
go
youth.
wrong.
Getting to your point of
Let
the
me
youth,
finish.
as a young person and someone who is experienced with working with my fellow young people, and even those ones who are younger than me, I know the challenges that young people face, including those denial of opportunities. The offices that exist in this country are not open to young people. I want to create an office which is accessible to everyone. I'm a down-to-earth person. And that will create an opportunity for young people not to be afraid to come to my office anytime, to share the ideas they have, to share the challenges they have, so that we work together and create opportunities for them, to get employment for them, and also empower them economically.
Yes.
I was just going to say, I think this is where we go wrong as leaders. Let us not come up to our people of Mathare or anywhere else in this country with the name of nichagueni kwa sababu ya kabila yangu.
Tribalism comes
Let
into
us,
some people's
that
interest
is the
when
biggest
it's
mistake.
against someone.
Let me finish.
Let
That is the
opportunity.
biggest mistake we can ever make for this nation. That is the biggest mistake we can ever make for the future generations of this country.
Unfortunately,
Let
that's the
us-
reality that we have been suffering from.
It's a
We
reality
want to
that we
create
have
that-
to change.
We want to correct that notion.
It's a
We
reality
want to
that
correct
we
that
have
notion,
to
but so
change.
far we are
You cannot
victims
have
of
two
those
people
things.
speak.
Yeah.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
It's the reality now that has been created by past regimes. Now we cannot sit here as youthful leaders and say, because it's been created by past regimes, we just accept it. That is why I'm saying it's a reality we have to change and change our nation for the better.
But that's the
Let us
politics that has been
concentrate.
advanced by
Baba,
people who
wacha
pursue
nimalize.
interests.
Wacha nimalize. Wacha nimalize. Let us concentrate on what our people need us to do for them as their servants.
Yes.
Case closed.
Yeah.
Whether we're ni Mkikuyu, whether we're ni Mzungu, whether we're ni Masai, what our people need us to do for them as their servants.
Yes.
Kwisha.
Okay.
And,
There is an issue being raised here by one of our viewers about a road that's supposed to come from Juja to Mathare, and the issue of public toilet and the maintenance and plumbing. What are you saying about that? I don't know what that is.
I think the past regimes, the guys who have run Mathare, like the last leaders, they've had the priorities. They've been getting the priorities of Mathare people wrong. For example, we have very minimal spaces in Mathare, and instead of having a big toilet, and we don't have health centers. So the issue of the road, there is a road that should connect Hospital Ward and Mabatini Ward. So we've since I think 2002, the construction had started, everything was in place, but the rest of the guys, I think Karaoke, you said you've been part of the last regime.
Yeah, addressed to me.
Yeah, so that is a big challenge that we have, because especially when we have fires on the other side, when there's a fire outbreak on the other side, it's hard to access. But if we have that road in place, then it will be easy for the people of Mathare, and that is one of the issues or one of the concerns of the people of Mathare on the ground. So one, we have to address issues with priorities. Let's listen to the people, like now they are responding. Let's not just come up with what we want to do for them. Let's question them what they need now as we continue. And I'm ready to assist where I can as somebody who is from Mathare too.
One of the concerns that has been raised about those roads
Yes.
is there are people who are concerned that when the roads are constructed, there are demolitions that are involved. As a member of parliament, I want to ensure that anytime there is a plan of constructing a road or anything, there is prior information of who is going to be affected and prior compensation of the individuals who are supposed to be affected before the commencement of the projects.
But where the road lies, nobody will be affected.
What is over there, you know, whenever any development comes within the people, there must be an outcry within the people themselves, whereby they will start saying that, oh, you are misplacing us. Out of that, the issue here is just a matter of, if the road is to pass over here, you are to be compensated. And despite even on compensation, you must have a representative whereby I, being their servant over there, I'll be with them. And we discuss way forward, and even how the compensation will be affected.
Most of people who live in Mathare do not own the property. So how do they get compensated?
Issue is not owning the property. Even if it is a structure, ya mabati, yeah, it is owned by somebody somewhere within that Mathare. And it can't just be moved away because that structure does not have a title deed.
What do you say, Okot?
But where I think we're diverting attention where from the question, where the bridge lies, there are no structures around there. I think the construction had started, but somebody somewhere played something. That is why 10 years later we still don't have that road connecting the two wards. But if we work hard as leaders, I think the people of Mathare are willing and ready, and they've been really waiting for that road.
Are you insinuating that there was misappropriation of funds?
I don't want to say that now, but I think as a leader, I will address that when I get to Parliament to make sure that we have that road working. Yeah, because it's a big concern, and we lose a lot, especially when there are fires and so on, and people. There's a big space there. So if we say compensating, nobody's around there. It's just a matter of going and
What I'm trying to say, even there is this outer ring, this outer ring from Roysambo up to Jomo Kenyatta. That is also in it will affect our people. What I'm trying to say, if they are to elect me, I'll no longer be a one-man, I'll no longer work as a one-man in me. No, I'll engage everybody whom is residing in Mathare, in whatsoever. Being hospital, being that road, call it infrastructure, call it. I'll involve everybody in Mathare.
Is it possible?
Yes.
Involve everybody.
What's wrong with that?
It all depends
The devolved system. The devolved system was to be for the people. So it is. You can't just be an MP who is either not even coming down to your people. Very sincerely, how? And at the same time, even if you are an MP, you can't just take your relatives, as I have heard former MP, I'm sorry to say so, he just fixed all his relatives within the CDF. How?
Let me contribute.
It is possible, and I have a capacity as an individual to involve everybody in my leadership structure. Starting with having constituency oversight committee that will check the institutions that are already established, the Uwezo Fund team, the CDF team, to ensure that there's transparency. And the examples I gave even previously, that this thing is happening with some members of parliament, Milo Odhiambo of Mbita, look at Agostino Neto of Ndiwa, Irungu Kangata, my predecessor in Sonu of Kiharu. They make everything very public to ensure that everyone participates even in the allocation of the CDF. They are good examples.
Okay.
Let me contribute in terms of the road between Mabatini Ward and Hospital Ward. It's actually a bridge that is supposed to cut across Nairobi River from one ward to the other ward. It's the only area within Mathare where we don't have access from one area to another. Now, that project has been inherited from Nairobi City Council. The days it was Nairobi City Council, it was underfunded. It was inherited again by the national government. Something went wrong, so it's stalled. For that project to succeed, we need to go back to the drawing board. We need to start from scratch. We need to start from zero. We go back, whether it's the county government, whether it's Kenha, whether it's Kera or Kura, approach them and say, we need this project accomplished. It's not a simple project. It will not cost anything less than 100, 150 million to put a bridge there that is capable of handling motor vehicles and pedestrian traffic from both wards. Okay, number two, the issue of compensation. The donors and the organizations that give our government, the Kenya National Highways Authority, the Kenya Urban Roads Authority, and Kenya Rural Roads Authority, the three institutions that are mandated to handle issues concerning roads, the donors that give them funds have conditions that have to be met when it comes to displacing people on those roads. Whether they have title deeds or not, they're supposed to be compensated. There are rates for compensation which are public. Yes, there's a system they use within the national government and the chiefs and the DCs and the DOs to assign which people are being affected by this particular road and how they'll be compensated. What our people need is a leader who will fight for their rights to be compensated within the law, and also a leader who will not shy away from telling them that you're supposed to be compensated. Juu wengi wetu awaambi wanaenda wanachora, compensation ikitoka haifikii wananchi. That is where the problem is.
Mama, watazamaji wanasema umekimia sana.
Kwangu, for mine, nataka kusema kama hizo wakati council walikuwa na angawa hizo nini plots katika Mathare, walikuwa wameacha barabara and the parkings, markets and everything. Mimi ningesema hata naonelea kwamba kama niko mbunge wao, singetaka, unajua uwezi odoa mtu hapa umwache nje, lazima umuonyeshe mahali ataishi. Kwa maana ni vizuri kuwa open and transparent for everybody. Kwa maana ikiwa ni katika nyumba, tunafaa mpaka kubadilisha hizo nyumba zile wanakaa. Kwa maana zinachomeka sana. Kwa maana ni nyumba zingine ni za mabati, zingine ni matope, others are bows. Na mimi nataka kuonelea hivi. Kama mimi mbunge wao, kama mama, ili tuweze kuweka mpaka toilets, kwa sababu kuna mahali wanauliza mpaka toilets. Inafaa tuwasaidie kutengeneza hizo nyumba. Kuna miradi zimejitokeza za create development ya manyumba huko. Tunashikana nao na watengenezea mahali kunafaa kuwa na njia inatengenezwa. Wale wameafektiwa, tunajua vile tuweza wasaidia wapate mahali ya kuishi. Kwa maana kama mama huwezi toa mama nje na watoto, hata ni kuongeza umaskini katika ile area. Ni lazima tuwashughulikie, kama mimi niwashughulikie na nijue ya kwamba wote wako sawa na tunaongea nao kwa sababu nitakuwa naenda ground. Mimi naishi huko na ninajua shida zile wanapitia sana. Kwa maana mwingine amejenga katika sewer line. Sewage inapitia chini ya nyumba yake na ni unhealthy. Na hapa Mabatini kuna wakati kulitokea outbreak ya kolera na watu walikufa na watu wazima walikufa. That is not fair kwa hakuna toilets, there is no water. Na mimi naonelea ya kwamba nitahakikisha ya kwamba kila mtu amepata haki yake kama mwananchi, amepata maji, amepata mahali pazuri ya kuishi. Si laana kuishi maisha ya umaskini kama vile. Lakini Mungu akitusaidia kila kitu itakuwa sawa.
Asante sana. There is a viewer who says election in Mathare is a struggle between political parties and not about individuals. What do you say, you people who are independent?
Okay.
It's a battle between CORD and Jubilee.
I'm running on a party, but I can answer that. It's individuals who serve the people.
Yes.
It is not the parties that serve the people.
Ngoja kwanza, hii imeulizwa watu ambayo independent. Sasa sisi kuwa independent. Si ati ni sisi ndio tulionelea tuwe independent. Independent iko katika katiba.
Yeah.
Na kwa mfano moja, Kibwezi wakati Kalembe Ndile alisimama na CORD na Jubilee pia wakasimamisha mtu yao, walichagua mtu ya independent. So on leadership it is not party, it is an individual ambayo anachaguliwa, ambayo mimi nimejua hata na washalutu watu wa Mathare, kwa maana nimejua watanichagua na tena hata kwa ballot paper mimi ndio number 1.
I think
So issue ya ati ni party ndio inachaguliwa, hapo ni tunataka kuondoa that mentality. Kwa maana party inachaguliwa na saa nyingine party wameletewa nyinyi. There was a time hata Kamodho alisema ati umbwa kama hata angesimama na Ofoda Sili in Central Province angechaguliwa. So hata kama ni political parties wafanye pia nomination vizuri, ambapo hata kama watu wakwenda kupiga kura wanapiga kura, huyu fulani alinominatiwa vizuri, anachaguliwa vizuri. Lakini let them not force some other people ambao saa nyingine watu wengine wataki hapa chini.
Mimi
Yes. Bado ni independent bwana. Yes.
My side sikuchagua kuwa independent kwa sababu singepata tipate ya kusimama nayo. Ningetaka. Lakini ile nilionelea ya kuwa independent kama nimejisimamisha kama mama peke yangu, hakuna party inani support. Ni kwa sababu nilikuwa nataka ukienda party fulani wanasema ni kabila fulani, ukienda kwa party fulani wanasema ni kabila fulani. Ile niliona nisimame independent ili niweze kushika every tribe. Kwa maana ukiwa independent huna ile watu watasema uko kabila fulani, lakini utaweza kushika watu wote.
Lakini lazima mtu awe na kabila yake.
Lakini mimi niko Mkikuyu, sikatai. Sikatai
lazima kuwe na kabila.
Ama Kikuyu, sikatai, lakini nilionelea kwamba nikiwa independent watasema ni fulani. Unaona? Watasema hii party ni ya kina nani, hii party ni ya kina, especially vile wanasema for example when is a CORD wanasema ni ODM, ni Wajaruo na kadhalika. Ikiwenda kwa Jubilee wanasema ni Mkikuyu kwa sababu ni huru na living. Mimi nilikuwa nataka hivi, hata ile kitu ilinifanya nifanye hivyo, ili niweze unite those people, to be one people, one nation, to be one Mathare. Ndiposa nilionea kuwa independent kwa sababu nitashika kila mtu, nitashika every tribe.
There is a manifesto. There was part of that statement that was insinuating that there's a contest between ODM and TNA. That's not the case, because Maendeleo Democratic Party has a manifesto statement in the name of the party itself. And I was insisting, and I'm insisting, that it's individuals who serve the people. For example, if a member of parliament is elected, if Fwamba is elected, for example, people will be coming to Fwamba's office, will be running the office as a member of parliament, not a political party.
But your political party must have a manifesto.
That's why I'm saying Maendeleo Democratic Party
It has a
has a manifesto statement and intention in the name of the party, which is Maendeleo.
Which is not the same as ODM or...
which is not the same as those ones.
Okay.
But I think that is where we go wrong in terms of parties. I think it's good, but also when you go down, the people we elect as from the big parties, sometimes they don't have interest, the people's interest at heart. So what I believe or what I think as the people of Mathare, we should give an example of electing a leader, not a political party.
Yes.
Then we'll balance, we'll put the big parties where they belong, because they come to users because you know we'll ride on a bigger party, and when you get a nomination, it's a leeway for you. But
you're also in a party.
I'm in a party, but I heard you talking about the big parties. That is why.
The National Labour Party must be a big party because it's national.
but there was part of your statement where you said
was ODM and TNA.
That's what somebody said here.
Yeah, that's
the party
he's
between the
responding
big parties.
The ODM. No, so I was just trying to say as a National Labour Party member and flag bearer that we should elect leaders. Sisi ndio tutafanya kazi huko.
Bwana Mtegi, nikiongezea kidogo tu.
Sisi ndio tutafanya kazi huko. Tukichagua chama ama nani ama nini, wao hawatakuja huko. We'll be blaming individually. Kwa nini huko kuweka barabara hapa? Kwa nini watu waende shule? So it's time now that we stay away from the big party politics and elect leaders. Hata kama natoka big party, but tunachagua yeye kama kiongozi, ni vizuri sana.
Siniseme kitu hapo sababu
inakugonga.
Naona wananichokoza kidogo na mambo ya ODM. Now, political parties are here to stay. Political parties drive an agenda for any nation. Okay? Independence are in the Constitution. It's your constitutional right, well and good. To the people of Mathare, let us look at the individual. Yep. Let us look at the person and what they can deliver. My political party gives me the manifesto and the backing that I address politically when handling matters concerning my Mathare constituents. But when I'm elected the member of parliament, I will have to serve even the ones that did not vote for me. I will have to serve them equally. I don't know if I'm making sense. True. Yeah? Regardless of tribe, regardless of party affiliation, regardless of regional affiliation, I'll have to serve them equally. So we must remember that it comes back to people-oriented leadership.
Well, after the 2007-2008 election violence, there was a lot of violence in Mathare.
Yes.
How do you intend to do the elections in a way that there will not be any violence on the day of the election or after?
We have come a long way. We have come a long way as Mathare. We've had a few incidences of flaring up here and there, but in the recent past, we have assured, and we as candidates, majority of us have signed a code of conduct that we encourage our supporters to keep away from any form of violence, keep away from any form of harassing your other opponents. Let everyone campaign in a peaceful manner, and let everyone, the voters have already decided by now. We have only a week to go. The voters have already decided. The ballots will be cast, they'll be counted. All we are saying is that IEBC should do a free, fair, transparent process. That is it. If they do that, there will be no violence whatsoever.
Bwana Mtegi, yale nilikuwa nataka kuongezea, uko chini Mathare, ukienda kwa mpiga kura na unamuelezea mimi nimesimama na nataka kura yako, jambo la kwanza nakuuliza, umesimama na chama gani? Ukisikia hiyo neno, iko kitu ina clink kwako. Ukimwelezea mimi ni wenyu walakini nimesimama na independent, anarudi kusema wewe kama ni independent ni sawa. Kwa maana hizi chama zimegonganisha watu mpaka watu uko chini So people prefer an independent candidate than someone who sijui kama viongozi yako ya party yako walikuja kufanyia kampeni.
Niuliza swali kama unataka.
So yale mimi naiona katika ground, naiona ya kwamba tarehe 11 ikifika watanipa kura kama independent candidate. Mimi hapana iko mtu ateneme.
Sasa kama unasema hivyo utapigwa kura kwa sababu ni independent. Hata yeye ni independent.
Ni sawa. Yeah, pia
vote for best.
Yeah, it will be now amongst us the best.
The contest between the independent candidates, according to you.
You need change in our Mathare. You need change.
You need change.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
okay, since we are running out of time, yes,
there is a platform under which my campaigns are running. I'm talking to all my supporters to ensure that they preach peace and ensure that there is good coexistence amongst them and the supporters of my opponents. So I'm very sure that through, on my side, there's a vision for peaceful Mathare today and the future.
And
let's
just to add on the piece.
Let's do this. We do the final word this week.
Okay.
So tell them to vote for you and why.
I think it's time as people of Mathare that we take a step forward, a step in electing a leader, somebody who understands the issues. And let's play politics, an issue-based politics, not tribal, not political party, not nothing. Let's select leaders, and it's time for us as youth of Mathare that we elect one of our own, because charity begins at home.
yes.
And being one of you, I know all the challenges, I know all the issues that we face, and I'll address them, and we'll sit together with one voice. So come 11th August, that is next Monday, I'm just urging you, let's all go vote for one of our own. We'll bring the change together, but let's not wait for change to come from somewhere. It has to start.
So your appeal is to the youth. You're not interested.
No. Because the youths are the ones who are being used most of the time.
Okay.
As with the most of the time we're told to wait for the 30%. Now we have an opportunity to fight for that 30%. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Kariuki.
I would like to urge all our beloved people of Mathare, come out in large numbers on 11th August 2014, which is on Monday next week. Vote for a young visionary leader who is servant to the people, people-oriented leadership. The power and the resources and everything that comes with that office belongs to you, the people of Mathare.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir.
First and foremost, I salute the Mathare resident, and I can urge them to give me this an opportunity. Comes 11th. Being a family man, I know how it normally used to pain on either even bringing up a child to a certain level. I'll take care for all senior citizens of Mathare, akina mama, vijana, na wata wale hawajazaliwa. I'll take care for them. I salute you all Matharians.
Okay.
To my side, I'm a mother. Mother is a manager from his house mpaka katika nchi kijiji ile anaishi katika mpaka nchi kwa jumla. Ningeonelea kwamba watu wa Mathare wavutia mama. Mama anajua kuwashughulikia sana. Hata wewe unaona mama ndio ana manage kila kitu. Kwa sababu nini mzungu alisema, behind every successful man there is a woman. Kwa hivyo tukikosa mama katika ile eneo la Mathare, hata mnajua wakati kulikuwa na mama huko, vile alifanya hiyo Mathare iendelee na tukaona mabadiliko kidogo. Ningewaomba hata wale wa mama wa Kongwe kuna mahali nimemwekea, kwa maana wale wa mama, hebu tuongee kuhusu wao mama sana. Mama wale wa Kongwe ndio wanaacha watoto sana na watoto wao. Na wao watoto ndio wanakuwa let me conclude. Ndio naachiwa jukumu la kubwa sana katika nyumba. Mama mama ndiwe mwenye kila kitu. Mama ndiwe mwenye nchi. Kuna wakati our president say, ukisaidia mama umesaidia nchi na umesaidia jamii yote. Na mimi naomba wanipigie kula kama mama. Asante sana.
Mwamba, to my people of Mathare, please vote for Crispas Fwamba Nyangangali of Maendeleo Democratic Party. The symbol of my party are the scissors. I request you to vote for me because I'm a believer in fighting inequalities. I'm a believer in creating equal opportunities and ensuring that everybody accesses them. On the 11th of August, 2014, vote for Crispas Fwamba Nyangangali.
Thank you very much. You 5 candidates. We have 2 more. The former MP George Wanjohi and William Omondi who are not here.
No, we have more than that.
We have more than that.
Yeah.
We are
We are
9.
9.
Oh, we are 9. Okay, I don't know the others. Anyway, may the best candidate win. I think stay tuned and we go to the other studio. We probably have some music.